Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and we're going to dip back in on the situation with AT&T, Warner Media, and all of its cartoon divisions, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Crunchyroll. We're going to talk about what's going on over at Adult Swim, that they are stopping their streams now because of the AT&T layoffs. We're going to talk about the massive amount of layoffs in the media this year, and AT&T, of course, being one of the big ones that has cut people loose. It is going to affect the animation industry for sure. We're going to talk about 2D animation possibly making a comeback. We're going to talk about Crunchyroll and Demon Slayer and everything going on over at Crunchyroll in regards to their original content. Onyx Equinox is actually getting pretty good reviews, but High Guardian Spice is still missing. We don't know what happened to it. So we're going to talk about all of that. Before we get into it, please give us a sub if you haven't done so already, guys. And check out our merchandise over at shopclownfish.com. We're actually having some sales off and on the next couple of weeks, but you can get your hands on the Kneon and Geeky pin set. Check this out. We've only got 20 days to go on these. We're doing pre-orders for them. And whatever we have is what we have. And when they're gone, they're gone. Same with the original Bubbly Steve pin. There are a handful of these left. And when they're gone, they're gone. We also have a lot of holiday merch. Check this out. We've got ugly sweaters, including Happy Festivus and Bubbly Steve. Some Sucka Peach merch, courtesy of Pinky Boo, and more. So yeah, let's talk about this. Before we talk about Adult Swim, let's talk about where AT&T is right now. They're not in a very good place, right? AT&T has been laying off a lot of people. They've been cutting back on divisions. They have, I think it's like $150 billion in debt. And what they're doing is cutting loose a lot of the Warner Media divisions. Of course, part of that is Crunchyroll. They're looking at selling Crunchyroll to Sony. That's the word on the street. I don't think the deal's been finalized yet. But also Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network has already faced some cutbacks. There are some shows that weren't announced yet that have already been chopped, and now it looks like they're chopping over at Adult Swim too. So this is coming from Comic Book Resources. Adult Swim streams are an unfortunate casualty of AT&T's layoffs, and nobody's safe. I mean, we said before, it doesn't matter how good Cartoon Network seems to be doing, how good Adult Swim seems to be doing, comparatively speaking. They're still cutting corners. They did cancel Venture Brothers. They're hoping to bring it back to HBO Max. And we'll talk a little bit about that later, that Warner hired someone to oversee all of this Cartoon Network family content and HBO Max content. That seems to be where everything's going. I think what we know now as Cartoon Network and Adult Swim and Rooster Teeth, I think it's all going to get funneled into HBO Max. We've been hearing about this for almost 2 years now from people on the inside at Warner, that they were looking at doing this before the pandemic. The pandemic just sped things up considerably. So yeah, their live streams are a casualty. While live streams have been booming during the pandemic, AT&T's layoffs will result in the end of their own live stream network, Adult Swim. The staff for Adult Swim's live stream programs have reportedly been let go in light of AT&T's recent layoffs, according to a statement made by comedian Ben O'Brien on a separate stream. O'Brien is a member of the collective Wham City who developed the Adult Swim live stream program Fanfiction Showdown. Fish Center Live is the only show remaining on Adult Swim's live stream schedule, with its last stream set to take place on Wednesday, November 25th at the usual time, 4 p.m. So this would have been, over. Over. Most of the other programs listed on Adult Swim's live stream website appear to have aired after their final segments, during the last couple of weeks. Swimpedia. Sadly, according to Ben O'Brien of Wham City, following layoffs at Adult Swim, the streams may be coming to an end. Tragic to hear, but thank you for the good times. Now we're seeing this, which is so weird. We're seeing companies like Nerdist, Legendary, laying off their digital media people, and they should be doing better during the pandemic. YouTube numbers are skyrocketing. Streaming services are skyrocketing, but a lot of these companies, for whatever reason, they can't keep the streams going. And I think they're top heavy. If they were individual streaming, they'd probably be doing okay, but they've been paid salaries to stream. And you got to pay these people, and Warner just doesn't want to pay them anymore. So Adult Swim launched Livestream simulcasts on its own mobile app and website back in 2013. It soon opened up free programming consisting of online exclusive originals as opposed to Adult Swim's television programs. Many of these shows were broadcast live with a chat room, making these streams an immersive experience for their audiences. The programming that was available on the service was truly Adult Swim, from InfoWars parody Truth Point, Dark Web Rising. I've never seen that. All the way to Toonami Pre-Flight, which explored Toonami in depth. Several of these shows were also notable due to their use of direct audience engagement. Programs such as Blood Feast had viewers solve the weekly New York Times crossword puzzle with the online chat, while Development Meeting let viewers pitch their own Adult Swim program ideas. Is that where they're getting some of this shit they're doing now? Who knows? The chaotic nature of the programs, coupled with their charismatic hosts, push the boundaries of what can be done with a live stream format. Well, yeah, and YouTube doesn't like it. They don't like that. They'll actually shut your stream down if people are making comments in the stream that they don't like. Two of the television spinoffs from the live streams include Tender Touches and Gemuseto. So why is AT&T ending Adult Swim's live stream programming? Neither Adult Swim nor AT&T have released a statement on the current situation, but the decision comes at a curious time. While the COVID-19 pandemic has severely affected many areas of entertainment, live streams have been booming. This is true. More people are in lockdown. They're watching more online content. There's really no excuse for them not to do well. The live stream industry has also been on the rise for the last couple of years, with The Verge reporting a 12% growth between 2018 and 2019. Speaking of live streams, we don't do very many on the main Clownfish TV channel, but we do have Clownfish TV Gaming. You can go out and check out Clownfish TV Gaming, where we're doing a couple of live streams a week. Last night, we played some Animal Crossing for the first time in like 4 months. We've done Among Us, we've done Minecraft and some other stuff. So check out Clownfish TV Gaming for our gaming live streams. We do them a lot more often than we do it over here on Clownfish TV. Although the company doesn't seem to be interested in live stream content at the moment, it remains extremely interested in streaming. They're talking about HBO Max. That is, everything is going to HBO Max. It is. Nonetheless, the decision to end the live stream programs without notice is concerning because it impacts the ability for fans to engage with Adult Swim's content. The shift away from audience engagement is particularly worrisome for programming blocks such as Adult Swim, which has pushed the boundaries of late night TV since its inception. They're talking about how Adult Swim is changing. They said it's also a symptom of the larger changes being brought to Adult Swim, which recently retired old episodes of Aqua Teen Hunger Force and the Boondocks for being not being current year enough. Well, they passed on a Rick Moranis show. What the hell? What? Adult Swim passed on a Rick Moranis series pitch saying nobody knew who Rick Moranis was. That's stupid. Anyway, yeah, Adult Swim's not Adult Swim anymore, guys. Cartoon Network's not Cartoon Network anymore. They are spokes in the HBO Max wheel. And the Cartoon Network of the 90s, which I grew up watching Cartoon Network when at their peak, they had some amazing stuff back in the day, back in the early 90s, mid 90s. Space Ghost. God, Space Ghost was awesome. And it's just not the same. It's not the same. Comic Book Resources says these types of changes harm the spirit of Adult Swim, which maintained its relevance for over 2 decades thanks to its forward-thinking approach to entertainment, especially during a time when scheduled programming is being phased out. If AT&T is interested in keeping Adult Swim innovative, it must look for new ways to engage with the audience. They don't care. That's the problem. They don't care. They're trying to purge any dead weight that they can, and apparently the live streams aren't profitable enough. That's all they care about at this point because they're laying a bunch of people off. Now, we can talk about animation being a bigger deal, and there's an article out there on piratesandprincesses.net by Michael Shorkey, who has been doing some guest posts for us, so check it out, but talking about how 2D animation is making a comeback. And animation is just bigger all the way around. Of course, everyone's kind of rushing to catch in on this. And, he mentions Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer which is massively successful. Like, it's just been a runaway success for the last year or so, especially, and Mugen Train breaking all kinds of records over in Japan. It seems like you would think AT&T would want to cash in on that, being that they have Crunchyroll, and instead they're selling Crunchyroll to Sony, which is, they own Aniplex, which made Demon Slayer. So, it's kind of weird how this is all working. But Crunchyroll, again, another AT&T division dealing with animation. They've had, kind of a mixed bag when it comes to their originals. Now, Onyx Equinox is actually getting pretty decent reviews. I haven't watched it yet. To be honest, I haven't even fired up the Crunchyroll app in probably 3 or 4 months because it's buggy as hell, which was another sign, I think, that they were going to retire it here pretty soon. But Onyx Equinox is actually getting pretty good reviews, even though it doesn't look like anime. It looks like an American Western cartoon. But that's okay, as long as it's good, I guess, right? But, they've also taken a lot of flack for X-Arm, which is a cheesy as hell looking 3D animated thing they're doing. It looks like a PS2 cutscene. People aren't on board with it. But the one I want to talk about is High Guardian Spice. High Guardian Spice is missing. High Guardian Spice is missing. We don't know what happened to High Guardian Spice. Now, we do know that High Guardian Spice had a pilot produced, right? And it did screen, and we don't know what happened to it. We don't know what happened to it after that. So the reviews were kind of mixed, I guess. People that had seen it, we actually had one person that saw it come to us and say that the animation was actually pretty good, but it disappeared, and now it looks like, it's in limbo, right? This is Matt Music 14. Not exactly sure who they are in relation to the anime industry. Matthew D. But I had a friend send this over, replying to somebody who I think worked on High Guardian Spice and saying, hey, I just want to say I'm sorry that High Guardian Spice keeps getting delayed. I've been anticipating it for too long, and I'm eager to have it drop. I feel the pain of the crew. Can't watch it or can't look at the tweets because they have their tweets protected, but it's terrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you guys for whatever stupid reason. I'm sure it'll be awesome too when it comes out, hopefully soon. So we don't know what happened to it. We know that the production had wrapped up. Ray Rodriguez put out on their Twitter that the production had wrapped up, and Ray's actually been out there promoting Onyx Equinox. And it's gotta be frustrating, right? I mean, regardless of your feelings on High Guardian Spice, to work on a show and then have it get shelved, indefinitely, it really has to suck. I mean, everything's in limbo, and then to watch other people get their shows out before yours when yours was the first one announced, it has to be incredibly frustrating. So we don't know where it is. We don't know if it's gotten canceled or what, and they're not saying much of anything really. So. We will see what happens, but very curious to see that they're cutting back on things that could potentially bring in an audience. And it does seem like Adult Swim is living on borrowed time as well. I think they'll probably just start making more adult animation for HBO Max. We're already seeing it. We're seeing some of these shows get greenlit. And I think that's where things are going to go. So I think Adult Swim is almost done. If I had to guess, guys. Just a theory, and given that the person they just brought in here, Amy Friedman, is now the head of kids and family programming over at Warner, and it seems like they're focusing more on family stuff for Cartoon Network and for HBO Max. I think Adult Swim is just going to get absorbed into it, and it's just going to be adult animation on HBO Max, and that's it. It's over. TV as we knew it is over, but at least there's going to be a lot of cartoons. I just hope they're good. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.